So there's a school there, hence
like
the kid noise. You're no stranger to kids.
No, we just had grandchildren, two twin boys, and their great names, Falcon and Riot.
Falcon and Riot.
Riot.
I love Riot.
So think of it, it's going to be like, the kid says, I'm going to fight Falcon after school. And the guy goes, you don't want to do that because Riot will show up.
They're such good names. I find a lot of power in names.
Yeah.
My sons are Primo and Truman. And
Truman, great name.
great name, right? Because I wanted a true man. I wanted a true man on the planet, and he is. So interestingly, your name being Alice,
Yes.
and you're quite manly.
Yes.
I know Vincent.
Yes,
Was your
Vincent.
kid-
Vincent's a good, when I was in school, Vincent, I don't know if that was a good name or not. In Detroit, in the 50s, Vince was kind of like, but when you became an Alice, you better be able to back it.
Yeah, you do. So how'd you make the transition?
I said, what name would piss off every parent in America? Okay, so let's say you have a band that wears makeup, and you've got snakes, and you've got guillotines, and you've got really hard Detroit rock and roll.
As you do.
And this is 1967 now. And you went, what would really irritate every parent? Alice Cooper. The Alice Cooper character is just a character I play. I'm certainly not me at all. But it's so much fun to play a character that isn't anything like you.
Okay, so if Alice Cooper is all things nightmarish and garish, I don't even want to call you Vincent. No, what's the Alice Cooper that sits here?
I'm Mr. Personality.
No, really.
Friend to dogs. No, I'm totally opposite. I could not be more opposite of Alice.
But is it fun? Is it fun to put on the gear?
Oh, I can't wait to play Alice, the character. The character is like, the world was full of Peter Pans, and there was no Captain Hook. The rock and roll world had no villain. There was not one definitive villain in rock and roll that really, when you walked into a room, you went, oh. There was no Hannibal Lecter. There was no Darth Vader. So I designed Alice to be that.
Because let's be honest, the heroes are boring.
Villains get all the good lines.
I'm Alice Cooper. Welcome to my nightmare.
Because there I was. I go to LA, and the first people I meet is Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Frank Zappa.
Right.
And these are my big brothers.
Yeah.
Now, Jimmy and the Jimmies could drink anybody under a table, and I'm trying to keep up with them. And I'm
That
figuring
can't be good.
It got to a point where I realized Jim died at 27, Jimi Hendrix died at 27. All the guys that had heavy images died early. And I said, well, wait a minute. The reason they died was because they were trying to be their character. Off stage, Jim Morrison was trying to be high all the time. He's trying to be Jim Morrison, the sultry guy. And Jimi Hendrix, same thing. If I'm going to create a character that's even more defined than that, I can't be him all the time, or it'll kill me.
Right.
And it almost did. I was throwing up blood one morning, and that was
it?
That was like, and I quit drinking. I haven't had a drink in 35 years now.
You're 35 years sober.
35 years sober.
Give it up.
Yep.
I have to imagine that was incredibly challenging to be the sober guy in the room.
Well, once it was done, it was done. I came out of the hospital, went right to a bar, sat down and said, give me a Coca-Cola. Because I knew I was going to be around it all the time.
Right.
Right? And I sat there waiting for the craving to come. Nothing. I said, boy, tomorrow's going to be hell, though.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up just dying for a drink. Because the very first thing I did in the morning was picked up a beer, bam, boom. Before I opened my eyes,
Wow.
I had a beer. And I said, that's going to happen. Never happened. In 35 years, it never happened. So it was a miracle. It was
Okay.
a total miracle.
What's like the most recent miracle? Or for you, is it a daily miracle that you're still here?
Well, here's Alice Cooper, the band that was called at the very beginning A Tragic Waste of Plastic,
Oh.
which was one of the best reviews I ever saw in my life. Well, 50 years later, we're still here touring, making records, and still doing it. And it was just the fact that that's a miracle. Most bands last 2 years and they're gone.
And it's not just your band either.
No.
You got your radio show, you got your restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, and Peter and the Wolf?
They asked me to do it because I think Vincent Price was dead. And
Let's
Christopher
see.
Lee was gone.
Yep.
And all the classic horror guys were gone, so I'm what's
You're
left.
it. You're
Yeah.
it, baby.
Yeah.
The new
And
kid
I
on
don't
the block.
mind that. I like that. They let me do all the characters, because his father, or his grandfather, is this old hippie that takes care of an old movie star's house, and I went, Tommy Chong.
Of course.
So Tommy Chong, I'll go with Tommy
do
Chong.
it. Let me
That's
give me a...
So, you know, it's like, hey man, you know, that kind of thing.
Hey there, little man. I think you're gonna like it here.
And then the cat had to have a personality that was going to kill the duck, and so the cat had to be very, very sneaky.
How
which
about
was
Peter?
terrific.
What's his voice?
Well, Peter was just kind of like, hey, you know, he's just that little kid, that little kid voice that lives in all of us.
Don't you know there's a wolf
The
loose?
classical music will never change. Yeah, the music that goes through it is one of those things that will never ever change. But it does have an app.
Yep.
And you can go, and it's interactive. The kids over at this school that's right across from
Those
you here
loud
would be
kids.
able to figure it out 5 times faster than me.
You know what? If we wanted them to be quiet, maybe we should have given them the app during this interview.
They would have gone over there and gone, oh yeah, let me see.
I know, it's
okay,
humiliating, isn't it?